Hey guys, I'm here to talk a little bit about a serious topic today, and that is the new player experience. As you can see, we have a heavy influx of new players ever since the last patch, and I wanted to talk about what the experience is like for them. I'm just kidding. I mean, sort of kidding. I do want to talk about the new player experience, but not for these guys. I want to talk about the new player experience as it relates to the gold that they're getting every single week. Now, we just had an update that brought a ton of new players in for solo raids, and as a result, a lot of them are expecting that they can just do solo raids early on to progress their characters, and they don't need to interact with group raids because, let's face it, people are not very friendly to new players here in Lost Ark, and as a result, they oftentimes get gatekept, and they're not able to progress because of that. Now, solo raids being in the game now gives them an alternative to actually progress in the game. Of course, we are always going to say this, but having an alternative and actually being able to do raids and earn gold is much better than their other alternative before, which was just going in and not doing raids at all or buying buses. Now, the raid gold that they're getting right now, let's calculate it. And I have this screen because I also want to take a look at it as it relates to how much it costs for them to hone from 1540 to 1580, because starting from 1540, that's when you need to spend gold to hone. So as you can see here, it costs about 48k to go from 1540 to 1580. Let's take a look at how much money a new player can get off of just solo raids. So here's a chart with the amount of money you get from each raid, and it includes solo. So a 1540 character is going to be doing Brel, so 2600 plus Clown 900 plus Kaya 1700. They get a total of 5200 gold per week. Compare that to 48k gold. That is quite a few weeks that are needed to get to that item level. Now, that is just on an average scenario. They can get unlucky and it could cost them even more gold than that. So it can be quite a while for them to even get to 1580, which in my opinion isn't even endgame. It's just kind of the next step up. And the question is this okay for them right now? Because personally, I think that new players should be taking a little bit of time before they get to the end game. I don't think throwing them directly into the latest content is good for them either. But is right now, which is like what, 7 to 9 weeks, a good amount of time for them to get into the end game, or not even the end game, going to the next tier, going to a con? And I guess we could add like 6,000 gold for maybe some of their Unas and some of their Fate Embers, but still, that's still about 4 to 5 weeks. Is it healthy? Is it good for a new player to take about a month to go from 1540 to 1580? Personally, I don't quite think so. And I feel like anybody out there who is joining the game right now, if we were to show this to a new player and how long it would take for them to get to 1580, I don't think a lot of people would actually be too excited to play the game. Now, I think that on their end of things, of course, they're thinking like, well, now that we've got them hooked, now that we got them interested, they're going to realize that they actually can't make that much gold. So what are they going to do? They're going to swipe. And that's kind of the person who's like more cynical. But I mean, it does kind of make sense from a business standpoint. But I'm talking about from a player standpoint. And I personally don't think that this is healthy. And how should we fix this problem is my other question. Personally, I think that either A, they should make it so that new players who have like a Makoko buff, for example, should get more gold from their raids. I mean, obviously, we know that bots aren't really doing raids right now, so it wouldn't really affect botting that much. Bots are just doing other things like life skill. And this would help new players who are just joining into the game, who have very little income starting out, be able to get more gold and progress through the game faster. Of course, again, we don't need it to be an instant thing where they go from 1540 to 1580 or even higher in like a week. I think that maybe 2 weeks is a very healthy number, a week and a half, something like that. After they get their first week of raids done, they push their character. Maybe they even do like a raid or two the second week, but by the end of the second week or middle of second week, they should be able to have something new, a new raid put on their plate so they can learn it. How boring is it to learn the raids for an entire week, then the next week do the same raids over again? As a veteran player, as somebody who's hooked and, craves the Lost Ark, right? That's something I do every single week. But for a new player who's just trying the game out, I think that they would really benefit from being able to try a new raid every single week. Or maybe it's the first week is a con, maybe it's like a week and a half later, then it's Volus, something like that. I think that that would be a much more healthy pacing for them. Of course, the other idea that I had was also just bound gold, kind of like what China has in their system. Give these new players, or maybe even veteran players as well, who are doing these lower tiered solo raids, some bound gold for their troubles. At the moment, the solo raids definitely give too little gold for new players, and I think that giving them more opportunities to get gold would be a lot better. And of course, we know Korea's stance on this. They're not adding more gold to the raids. They said that in their latest developer letter. So, I don't know. I really hope that maybe we can get like an NA focused change. Good joke, baby. And have that help out the new player experience to make it so that, they just have more fun. I don't know. I think that's very fair. I think that's very valuable for the game. And I'd love to see that going forward, just have more features to foster and nurture the new player experience. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video and want to see more videos of this type, please remember to hit the like button, hit the sub button, ring the bell for notifications, and also I stream every single night on twitch.tv/MeSoXShiru. So hopefully I see you guys there, but if not, hopefully I see y'all on the next video. Alright guys, peace out.